Two worlds, unalike in gravity. With fair Fatima, do we start our scene. In the upside-down worlds of Fatima Inverted, there's a Shakespearean divide separating the homes of our heroes. But the Orwellian city above and the inverted caverns below are neither alike in dignity or gravity. After a cataclysm that causes some of the Earth's inhabitants to fall into the sky, we separated into those that could stand on the ground and those that could not. Fatima and her inverted counterpart Eiji are our polarity-crossed leads, separated by a rift born from fear, a fear that has since soured to hate. In a world that has been turned on its head, where our leads feel diametrically, even magnetically opposed, you can't help but will them together. Luckily, director Yasuhiro Yoshioda's vertigo-inducing journey is similarly inclined. In a world where forces both seen and unseen are pulling our heroes apart, the narrative remains certain that it's in togetherness, both physical and emotional, that we will be saved. To survive, we must cling together. Luckily, opposites attract. Yasuhiro Yoshioda has spent his life willing people together. Over the course of his career, he's posed the same question time and time again. What separates us? His library posits a great many things. In aquatic language, it's the accidental pitfalls of the spoken word, our misunderstanding of ambiguous communication. In Pale Cocoon, it's our own broken past. In Time of Eve, our humanity, or lack thereof, threatens to prove irreconcilable. And finally, in Fatima, gravity itself seems to pull us apart. But whilst the question is varied through each iteration, Yoshioda's answer to it remains the same. Throughout his entire library, full of worlds that want to divide us, it's together that we succeed. In many ways, Pale Cocoon, Yoshioda's 2006 short film, feels like a precursor to Fatima Inverted. Featuring a people forced underground by some long-forgotten calamity, we watch the plight of Ura, an archivist who spends his days unearthing and restoring artifacts from the once verdant world above. Obsessed with that bright past, and undeterred by the dejected realism of his peers, he is driven up, back to that long-forgotten land. Released 6 years apart, the two films come to wildly different conclusions. There's disillusion at the heart of Pale Cocoon, but in the years following its release, Yoshioda feels like he has a newfound optimism in such a plight for greener pastures. Fatima Inverted feels like an answer to those once harsh realities. Where Pale Cocoon falls, Fatima soars. There's something of Makoto Shinkai's magic present in Yoshioda's work. They both appreciate that CGI, when used with care, can complement traditional animation, rather than replace it. That marriage of old and new is rare to see, rarer still to see it succeed so confidently. But both directors have a grasp on how these mediums can coexist harmoniously. But beyond that, Yoshioda's work enjoys the same heightened melodrama that Shinkai often champions. Their emotionally driven characters driven together emotionally. It's in that earnest plight that both directors have grounded their high-concept storytelling. Fatima Inverted's greatest trick is one of perspective. In a picture where one person's up is another's down, your point of view matters a great deal. Fatima never forgets how powerful and how terrifying its core conceit is. The film's many unsettling inversions, where our world is flipped and we, as viewers, are asked to reacclimate to this new point of view, are key in understanding not only the story, but our dual leads throughout. Watching Fatima walk on ceilings and peer, terrified, out of doorways is effective enough, but ultimately feels comedic rather than scary when viewed shoulder to shoulder with Eiji. These carefully orchestrated inversions, however, lay out an unknowable horror in an intimate way. That skybox, a familiar view to any who've craned their necks and taken it all in, spills out below Fatima, a forever stretched out to tumble through endlessly. With the film's keen eye for perspective, it spills out below us, too, and it turned my stomach on more than one occasion. It's an ever-twisting tale, and not just because of that spinning camera. Just when you feel you've found firm footing with the narrative, Yoshida gleefully peels back another layer and sends you tumbling once more. It's as unsettling as the film's iconic visuals, but wonderfully so, and by the story's close, I was left stunned with the complete picture. Fatima Inverted is a joy to watch move. Its momentum is wonderfully weighty, its inverse gravities always considered. But most of all, it just understands falling, in a way so much media simply doesn't. It boasts the kind of plunge that hopefully we'll only ever experience in dreams. Fatima's stomach-churning descents vividly call to mind those nightmares at times, but whilst they end feeling like we've just crashed into our mattress, Fatima provides a different resolution. A solution, even, to that seemingly inescapable velocity. Like all of Yoshida's answers, it's in togetherness he finds salvation. Fatima and Eiji save each other. A held hand enough to balance the both of them, and they offer stability to one another in a story that would otherwise tear them apart. It's a lesson we should all take to heart. In a world that can often feel upside down, when you feel yourself slipping away, sometimes the only thing you can do is reach out. As always, thanks for watching. Until recently, Fatima Inverted was the only thing I'd seen by Yoshida, and I'm so thankful this project gave me an excuse to delve deeper into his truly spectacular library. This won't be the last time you hear about it. If you want to support Beyond Ghibli in shining a light on these fantastic, but slightly lesser known movies, fall over to the Patreon and consider pledging $1, or subscribe here on YouTube to be notified whenever I make a new video. If, instead, you think I should scrap the deep dives in favour of a more perilous plummet, hit the like button and I'll go play a sickening amount of Gravity Rush.